Hey y'all, Bridget Bartlett here. Today I'm going to share with you some tips to help you contact support um, and get the best result. Okay, now that may seem like duh, you just go up in the top right hand corner and you contact support. I'm not just talking about HighLevel either. I'm just talking about the best way for you to contact support regarding any software that you're using. Now, the reason that I wanted to share this with you is there are some things that you can actually do before you have to contact support as some kind of troubleshooting techniques that you can use. But then also, when you do contact support, I know being a support person that they need information. A lot of times, and I'm just showing you this example here, a lot of times people will contact support and they'll say something basic like hello, or not so much, but they'll also say something like, I have a problem, or, my website's not working. And when you contact support like that, there's no possible way that they can help you with that information. So we want to give them as much information as possible so that they can help us with our problem. Now, the best way to do that is with a video. So I'm going to show you some free Chrome extensions that you can use to create a video. I'm also going to help you with some of that troubleshooting. And then I'm going to show you how to actually follow up with support. We want to make sure, especially if you're an agency owner or you're just a business owner who manages client accounts, we definitely do not want these tickets to fall, get lost somewhere, right? So even if we are the agency owner and we're using HighLevel support as our support for our agency, you want to make sure that you're keeping track of those ticket numbers, okay? So I'm just going to walk you through some of these things today. Hopefully, it will help you to get a good system to follow up with not just your own support tickets, but also yours for clients. And then hopefully you can just carry these same strategies. Like I said, this is not just HighLevel. This is really any software that you're struggling with. And if you're working online, you understand the struggle with software. Okay. Now, a lot of times you'll be on a website page, you'll be in your dashboard, whether, like I said, whether it's HighLevel or anything else. And then sometimes pages aren't loading, or, maybe they're partially loading and it just kind of looks funky and you can't figure out why it's doing that. Okay. The very first thing you want to do is you want to come up here and you want to disable your Chrome browsers. A lot of time, if you're in Chrome, you will notice that, sometimes people have their whole browser filled here with different extensions, and those are great, but they will also dramatically slow down the loading of your browser, okay? So what we want to do is really disable those Chrome browsers unless we're using them. Okay, so what you can do is you can come up here to the little three dots here in the top of your browser if you're using Chrome, and then you'll come down here to extensions and go to manage extensions. Now you'll see here I only have 3. When I'm actually doing like onboarding and things like that, I just like to keep a clean browser so that I can clear the history every time, and that's something else that I wanted to share with you as well. Okay, so to disable a browser, first of all, most of you will just see this. The developer mode will not be toggled on. So to disable a browser, all you have to do is just toggle this off, okay? Now, obviously, to remove the browser, you want to click here to remove, and then it'll just completely remove it. And then to enable it again, you can click there. Now, you can also, if you want to pin these browsers to the top, you can click here, and then you'll be able to manage, or you can just unpin or pin that browser there. Okay, now you'll also see you can access the, some other options here, right? So the main thing that I want you to focus on is if it's loading, if your browser is having issues loading, go ahead and just try to disable all of the browser extensions, reload, and then see if that solves your problem. Okay, now if it doesn't, that's no problem. We're going to move through these steps. All right, now the next thing that I like to do, if my problem is with a browser extension, okay, so you can see here this Sunspark is this browser extension I'm using. Maybe I'm using, L Messenger, or I'm using like some other browser extension, and it's just having issues, and I can't figure out why this browser extension is giving me issues. What I want to do is, again, I want to come in here to manage my extensions, and I want to toggle this developer mode on. And you'll see when you toggle that on, you'll see this update button. What this is going to do is it's actually going to update the Chrome browser extensions that are here inside of your account. Now, this is really important, especially like with Facebook Chrome extensions, like group track or something like that. Facebook is constantly changing their, their code and doing updates and things like that. And so in order to accommodate those updates, the owner of the Chrome extension needs to also update the extension, which means some things may not be working due to the update on Facebook or wherever you're working. And so you want to make sure that your Chrome browser extension has the most up-to-date version of it, okay? So all you need to do is click update, and like I said, it will just say extensions updated. Okay, so that's all you need to do for that. Now, that is what you want to do if you have, like, if it's being bogged down or you have a Chrome extension that's not working properly. Now, you'll also see if I'm here inside of this account, let's say that I'm still, I've tried that. It's not that, or maybe those things aren't really relevant to me. Maybe I'm just like in my HighLevel account, or I'm in some other website and it's still not working for me. What I want to do is I want to clear my cookies and cache. Okay. Now on Windows, you can actually just click F12, and then that opens up this window here. What you're going to do is go over and right click on the refresh button, and then you're going to do empty cache and hard reload. What that's going to do is it's going to clear your cookies and cache, and it's going to basically reload it into like a fresh window. Okay. So if there was any like updates, or if you had like something that it was like remembering from before that you didn't want it to remember, or it was causing issues, every single time you contact support, that's what they're going to tell you to do. They're going to tell you clear your cookies and cache. So that's how you want to do it. Now you can also, that's if you just wanted the browser, okay? You can also go to clear your browsing data, and you can actually clear your passwords and everything from your entire Chrome account by just simply going to, clear your cookies and cache. You can choose the advanced if you want, and then clear the data. And then that will basically, if you just go out of Chrome and then go back in, just by simply closing the browser and then opening it back up, it will actually like refresh everything. So it won't remember anything. It's basically like you're starting fresh. And so that's another thing. These things that I've told you now, whether it's a Chrome browser extension you're using or just a tab, a tool inside of your account, these things will clear up probably 75% of all the issues that people contact support for. Okay. So definitely always do those things there. Now, if those things have not solved the problem and you're like, I'm still having this issue, I need to contact support, the very best thing you can do is shoot a video and show what the actual problem is. If you just say like, this isn't working, that does nothing to help them, right? They really need to see, and it's really hard to explain like in text or in email. It's hard to explain what you're seeing. And so if you share a video, there's so many things that you don't even realize that support is looking at that will help them give you the answer. Okay. So if you contact support and you say, I'm having this issue and here's a video of the problem I'm having, now they can just look at the video and they can see, right, what is causing the issue most of the time. So how do you want to shoot a video? Now I use Sunspark. You can look up Sunspark here. I like Sunspark. It integrates well with HighLevel, and you could create like some personalized videos. If you want to use my affiliate link, it's myvisionagency.com/Sunspark. However, Sunspark does have a free plan, so you can use this if you want to. You can also use something called Loom. Most people use Loom. And again, these are just free browser extensions that you want to download to your browser. Okay. Now, if I was having a problem here, now the reason that you definitely want to use a browser extension for this is because it's just, we want to make this easy. We want to make it easy for you, the person who's contacting support, and we also want to make it easy for support, because when they're working in the queue, they're going to have a loaded down queue. Like you can see this, right? Most big businesses are going to have lots and lots and lots of people who are contacting them. So here's what happens. If you contact support and you say something like hello, or you don't give a good explanation and you don't have a video, what they're going to do is they're going to request more information. Okay. So if they have to request more information, they're going to say, can I get more info? Okay. Now, obviously, they would say something like, um, do you have this problem, or what? They're going to ask whatever it is that's going to get them more info. Okay. So they're going to say, can I get more info? They're going to send it to you, and then they're moving on to the next person and the next person and the next person, and they're moving on down the line. Now, if you respond 30 minutes later, they may not be in the queue at that point. Okay, so if it's someone like me, where I am checking my queue, twice a day, every 12 hours, right? That's typically what I do. I've shared my workflow before. But I'm checking in the morning and I'm checking before, our office closes in the afternoon. And so if it's in the afternoon and I don't see your question or I need more information, I'm not going to respond again until the next morning. Okay, so we want to make sure that when we contact support, we give them every piece of information that we could possibly give them. Now, obviously, if you're someone like HighLevel and you have like a 24/7 Zoom support, which you can always access here by starting a Zoom chat, that's really awesome. But even if, like, maybe you can't hop in a Zoom, maybe you're in the middle of a bunch of different things, and you just need to submit a ticket, or you're trying to contact whoever, and then you have to move on to the next thing. Okay, we would just want to make sure that we give all the information as soon as we contact them, so that we get the best answer and the fastest answer, right? Nobody wants to be waiting for days for support, but if you don't give them all the answer and they have to come back to you, or all of the information they have to come back to you, that just takes more time, right? So once you install one of the browsers, and let's just say I'm going to click here, and let's say that I'm having a problem with something. Oh, there I am. Let's say that I'm having a problem with something here in the conversations tab. Let me get rid of this. I'm just going to go ahead and record this video. I'm going to choose my window that I'm recording, and I'm going to do share. So I want to show them everything that I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to say, every time I go to type in test here, this is what happens. Like maybe it's like a big something happens, or I can't click send, or whatever it is. I want to show them that. I also want to show them in the video, if possible, me clearing the cookies and caches. Now, it's not that they're not going to believe you, but there are some times that they can see when you open up this window. Let me go to, F12. There's sometimes when you open up that window that they can see and hear, and they can kind of see what some issues that you're having as well. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to make sure that we're shooting a video. We want to show them that maybe you want to show them that you're disabling the browsers, you're updating the browser extensions, you're clearing the cookies and caches. So really what you could do as soon as you have a problem is just, all right, well, this isn't working out for me. I need to go ahead and click record, and then show them, hey, I'm having an issue. Here's me disabling browser. Here's me updating the cookie or the browser extensions. Here's me clearing the cookies and caches, and just show all of that stuff so that they can see that you've gone through it, but also they can view the things around what you're doing, because you may not realize something that's really important that you're not seeing. Okay. So when you record a video, whether it's on Loom or Sunspark, you'll see, this is Sunspark here, but you'll see I can actually give my video a title here. But the important part is I want to click here to copy the link. Okay, so now when I'm contacting support, I have this complete video of me doing everything that support needs to know that I've already done. Okay, now there are also lots of people who say, oh, I cleared the cookies and caches, and then you didn't really, and support has to a little bit assume that, because people do that so often. So if you're showing them that, it just helps them to know, okay, this has been done. I don't need to worry about that part. We're moving on to the next thing. So they have all the info, and they know that that's not a problem. They can move on, right? So that's really the goal here. Okay, so you're going to take that video, all right, and you're going to send it to support. Now, obviously, here in HighLevel, I would do live chat, go to support, and then I'm going to choose, do I want to speak to a live agent? I prefer the ticket system, okay, because unless it's something that I believe can be, resolved really fast, I just want to choose a ticket system, and then I'm going to go through the process here. I'm going to say, yes, I'll allow it. You can open this up and say allow and then close that. And then you're going to create the new ticket, right? It's going to ask you agency level or sub account level or mobile app. Which one are you having the problem with? Okay. So if it is your agency account, meaning it is your agency here. So you have, let me go down here. Let me just do my workflow. So it's your agency account here, and this is your main, your admin account, right? If it's the agency, you want to choose agency. But if it's not, if it's a sub account, you're going to choose a sub account. Okay. So this would be the agency, and you have a relationship number here. And that's why that's important. It's going to ask you the relationship number of the agency. So you want to give them this number. Now, if they ask you if it's a sub account, you're going to go to settings of the sub account that it needs to be, or that's having the issue, and you're going to go to location ID here. Okay, so it's either going to be in the company info of your agency or the business profile of the sub account. All right, so you're just going to select that, follow the prompts, and then that's where you want to get that link to the video that we made. All right, so just to capture it again, it was already, I already had the link, but I just want to copy the link here. You can see this is why I love Sunspark. You can actually embed the video. You can do some personalizations and all of that stuff. So that's why I use it. It's like Loom, but better for HighLevel. But again, you can choose whichever one you want. The goal here is really to get that link, because then when you contact support, you have the link that you can add here. Okay, so a lot of times support web chats will not allow you to upload things, but you can always add a link. Okay, and then support will even tell you here to add the link. Now, what happens after you have submitted your ticket to support? You're always, like I said, again, whether it's HighLevel or any other plan, I just wanted to show you HighLevel as an example. You're going to get a ticket, and you're going to get a ticket number. So here's what I do. Okay. I actually will go to my account. Now, let's say this is a client. Of course, this would be the account that I'm managing my agency from. So this could be a client, or it could be myself that maybe I've submitted a ticket for, my agency account or something like that. I'm actually going to go inside the account, and I'm going to create a task here. Okay. So I love, love, love to create tasks for myself because it helps me to stay on track. It's also linked to the customer profile, so I don't have to add a bunch of additional information. And usually if I'm speaking to someone here in the conversations tab, this is where, most people will just manage their business out of every day. It's a real easy for me to contact support. Here's what the problem is, or whatever. I get the ticket number. I want to come right back here. I want to go to task, and I'm just going to say ticket, and then it'll be number 1, 2, 3, whatever. And then I want to give a brief description, right? What was the problem that we were having? And then, of course, I'm going to assign it to myself, and I'm going to choose a due date, and usually the next day. Okay. Now, if I have not gotten a support, I can't talk today. If I have not gotten a message from support to follow back up, then it's going to show up here in my tasks. Okay. It's also, you can build your dashboard to show your tasks if you want to, but it's going to show up here in my tasks. And so I have this constant reminder here in my account that I need to follow up with support. So if I have lost the email or something like that, I can always go to the HighLevel support portal, which is help.gohighlevel.com. And then you can see here that you want to, you'll have to log in, make sure to use your HighLevel email account or the email address when you created your HighLevel account to get access to this. But you can check on your ticket status there, and then you can follow up there as well. So this is definitely a link that that you would want to keep up with, or any type of software that you're using. Obviously you want to make sure that if you are submitting tickets for a client or for yourself, that you're keeping track of all those things. So it could be even something that you paste in the link. For example, maybe I wanted to paste in this link here when I'm creating the task for myself in that individual client. You can also, if you just wanted to come here and create a task, you can actually choose from your contacts here, the same as you can in that section in their profile. So maybe you just wanted to add the link here to make it simple for you to just click there and go ahead and follow up. Okay. So hopefully this has made it really clear for you guys, and hopefully this helps you out. I know we as agency owners or even affiliate marketers, we are constantly contacting support from all different softwares, and it can be really a beast to try to keep up with. But if you're creating tasks for yourself or your contacts here, it's one place that you have that you can go to for your business, where you can see all the different tickets from all the different softwares that you may be using, so that you can manage and keep up and you won't be falling by the wayside. Now, of course, there are lots of advanced things you can do. You can build out automations where when you you can add to the opportunity pipeline, maybe create like a support pipeline. There's different triggers that you can create and all of that. But just as a basic way of following up, this has been a very successful strategy for me, simply using HighLevel without really a bunch of other tools. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us for today's training. If you have any questions, you can join us for open office hours starting right now at bridgetbartlett.com. It's free and open to everyone, so